Hello, my YouTube yogis. Welcome to a 30-minute yoga flow for Leo season. So we are entering into a fiery, passionate, and self-love focused sign of Leo, season of Leo. If you have a birthday this Leo season, happy birthday. And if not, you might look at your zodiac chart, your birth chart, and see if you have Leo anywhere in your chart and see how maybe this season is affecting you. Leo is represented by the sun, and it is all about being seen, being fierce. It is all about stepping into your personal power and connecting to the things that you love most about yourself and how that affects and plays out in your community. So sometimes people can think of Leo as a very self-centered sign, but really it's not. It's taking care of yourself and then seeing how when your own cup is filled, how you can then pour into the lives of the people that you care about most. So again, taking what is special about you and putting it out there into the world, being seen and being fierce in that. So to honor the sign of Leo that we are entering into, I have planned for us hip openers, heart openers, some core strength, some arm strength, and really full body strength and stretch is what we're looking at today. So whenever you're ready, let's come around to tabletop pose. And you're going to widen the knees apart as wide as is comfortable to you, big toes touch, and send your hips back to your heels for child's pose. Extend your arms out long and melt your heart space towards the floor. Taking the first little bit of time in this practice to connect with how you're feeling, connect with a breath that is comfortable and sustainable for you. And this is a vinyasa flow class, so we will be moving through poses in unison with our breath, building that foundation now. Let the hips be a little bit heavy. Feel the gentle opening through the heart space and the shoulders. Soften the jaw, soften the forehead. At the beginning of this season of Leo, maybe you have an intention that you'd like to bring in. Maybe in this theme of letting yourself be seen, bringing what unique gifts you have to offer out into the world so that your community, your friends, your family, your loved ones, they can also be nourished by what you have to offer. And then letting the movement of the practice and the breath of the practice empower you. With your next inhale, lift your head, look towards your hands. Exhale, press into the tops of your feet to come forward, tabletop pose, knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. A few rounds of cat and cow here. Inhale, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, pull the heart forward and look forward. Cow pose. Exhale, tilt the tailbone down. Round your spine, draw the navel up and in, connect to core, drop the head down. Inhale for your cow pose. And exhale for your cat pose. A few more rounds with your breath. Starting once again to Formulate this foundation of breath using your full inhale to move into cow pose and your full exhale to move into cat pose. With your next inhale, come back to neutral table. Walk your knees back a little bit. Keep your hips right over your knees as you extend your arms forward into puppy pose. Let your forehead rest down on the mat. Your elbows can rest down on the mat, or if you want this to be a little bit more active here, you could tent the palms of your hands and lift the elbows and the forearms. Draw the navel in and up slightly. Breathe into your heart space. One more breath in here and out. Now inhale, lift your head, look towards your hands, and exhale, slide forward into Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders, forearms parallel, palms face down. Press the shoulders away from your ears. Pull the heart through your arms. Think a little bit about your cow pose here. Chin is parallel to the mat, and you're lengthening out through the back of your neck, reaching out through the crown of your head. At the same time, you're lengthening your tailbone down towards your heels, pressing your pubic bone into the mat, and reaching back through your toes. So rather than trying to press yourself into a back bend, think about getting so long from your toes to the crown of your head that you can't help but to lift your heart and to lift your head. From here, bring your right hand underneath your right shoulder. Inhale, roll the right shoulder back. Keep pressing your right hip down as you look past your right shoulder. Breathe here, a little twist. Now start to turn your left palm in towards the center of the mat. Bend the right knee, and then maybe you reach back and you catch onto this right foot or right ankle with your right hand and pull a little bit, get that quad stretch. Keep pressing the right hip down. Gaze can go past the tip of your nose or again, back past the right shoulder. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Resist that slingshot effect as you let the right foot down. Back into Sphinx pose. Take a pause. And let's go to the other side. Left hand underneath your left shoulder. Roll the left shoulder back. Look past the left shoulder. Keep pressing down through the left hip. So it's really just the torso that's twisting. And then you can turn your right palm in towards the center of the mat, kind of like a kickstand. Bend the left knee, and then see if you could reach back with your left hand and pull the left heel towards the left glute for this quad stretch. Keep pressing the left hip down. Gaze past your nose or past the left shoulder. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly let go of the left leg. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Inhale, you can roll up to plank, coming through a tabletop pose. Maybe the knees stay down for this first vinyasa, or you could lift the knees into your plank pose. Take a breath in at the top. Exhale, take the flow. Bend the elbows in towards your side bodies. Lower all the way towards the ground. Inhale, baby cobra, or maybe upward dog. Heart lifts. In upward dog, your thighs lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high and back. Release the weight of your head. 5 breaths here. Take a little rest. This is our first downward dog, so if you wanted to alternate the bend of the knees, you're welcome to do so. Feel the shoulder blades spread across the back body. From our downward dog, now we're going to shift forward again into plank. Breathe in. Widen your feet just a little bit wider than what you would usually have, creating a wide base in your plank. And then start to send the heels over towards the left. Lean onto your left hand. Reach the right hand into the air. Side plank. You can be looking forward, down towards your left hand, or up towards your right thumb. Breathe, lift your hips high. And then you're going to exhale, send the hips back towards the ground. You may not land on your mat, that's okay. Uncross the legs and turn to face your feet. Dandasana, staff pose. Flex the toes back, hands rest next to your hips, crown of the head reaching tall. Feel the quads engage, navel drawing in and up. On your next inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, lean forward, reach for your feet. If they don't touch, it's okay. You can hold on to your thighs, you could hold on to your shins or your ankles, or maybe if you can reach your feet, you hold on to the toes or the sides of the feet. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine, long back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen. Allow for a bend in the knees here if you need to. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Last one, exhale, forward fold. See if you can go a little bit deeper. Inhale, roll back up, lift halfway. Exhale, release. Back to Dandasana. Bend your right knee. Plant the right foot next to your left inner thigh. You can stay here or cross that foot over. If you're taking this option, make sure that all four corners of your right foot are firmly planted and grounded onto the floor. Bring your right hand behind you. Inhale, reach your left hand up, lengthen. Exhale, left elbow to the outside of your right leg, or another option would be to simply hold on to your right leg with your left elbow, and then you twist towards the right, breathing in and out. Think about getting your inhales to help you lengthen up, and your exhales to pull the right shoulder back. Maybe you look past the right shoulder. Start to feel this warmth that we're creating in the body with breath and movement. Inhale to release forward. If you cross your right foot over, you're going to uncross. Place the left hand behind you. Inhale, reach the right hand up. Exhale, press into the left foot and the right foot. Lift your hips forward and up. Baby wild thing. Lean the right shoulder back. Maybe you look towards your right hand, kind of like a side plank, but you have that right foot behind you supporting you. Now I'm going to walk my left foot in a little bit just to shorten my stance. You can do this too. Bring your right hand to the mat. Start to turn to face the mat again. Keep that right leg lifted. Three-legged dog. Reach the right heel up, up, up. Breathe in. Exhale, pigeon pose. Right knee towards the right elbow. Lower it down behind the wrist. Turn the toes to point towards the left. And then walk your left knee back to a degree that's comfortable to you. You're welcome to stay up on your hands. You can use a block underneath one hip, or you could lower down to your forearms. Again, blocks can come underneath the upper body. We're going to take some breaths here to release that sequence. Feel the way that your breath might have changed. Your heart rate might have changed. We have two sides of the body, so we're going to start to make our way to the other side. Inhale to lift your head. Exhale, come onto the hands. You can walk that left knee in a little bit, and then you decide where you go. Either you slide that right knee back next to the left for this low plank variation, or you could tuck the toes, lift the knees, take a breath in your plank, and flow. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. A couple more breaths here. Into the second side of our flow. Inhale, plank pose. Shift your shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, tick-tock the heels over to the right. Lean onto your right hand. Reach the left hand into the air. Side plank. Lift the hips up high. Gaze goes down, forward, or up towards the left thumb. One more breath in. Exhale, send the hips back and down. Uncross the legs. Hands rest next to your hips, Dandasana. Pause and breathe. Feel the front of the body activating to keep you lifted here. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, forward fold. Reach for your feet, even if they don't touch. Find something to grab onto. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, maybe a little bit deeper. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale to lengthen again. Exhale, rise up with a flat back, Dandasana. Now, bend the left knee, left foot to the inside of your left thigh, or maybe you overcross, making sure that the sole of the left foot is firmly grounded onto the floor. And then you can place your left hand behind you. You can hook onto this left knee with your right elbow, or you can inhale, reach the right hand up, place that right arm to the outside of the left thigh, and use the right arm pressing into the leg to find the twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, maybe you look back past the left shoulder. Keep breathing here. Big stretch for the spine. Feels so good. One more breath in and out. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to release. You can uncross if you took this option. Place the right hand behind you. Inhale, reach the left hand up as you lift your hips forward and up. Baby wild thing. Or actually, this is a full wild thing. Breathing in, kind of like a side plank. Leaning the left shoulder back, opening the heart. Again, I'm going to walk my right foot in a little bit to narrow my stance. You can do this too. Bring the left hand down to the mat. Keep the left leg lifted as you shift the hips up and back. Three-legged dog. Breathe in. Exhale. Pigeon. Left knee to the left elbow. And then behind the wrist. Turn the toes to the right. And then walk your right knee back to a degree that's comfortable to you. Stay up on the hands or lower down to the forearms. And take a pause in this big hip stretch. Soften your jaw. Let your breath return to a natural rhythm. Inhale, start to lift your head. Exhale, come onto the hands. You can start to walk this right knee in. And just like before, you have the option to keep the right knee lower. Just slide the left knee back or see if you can lift the knee Power up, lift the knee into the chest, left knee into the chest, and then step back, plank pose. Take a breath in, everybody. Exhale, vinyasa, to the belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, in downward facing dog. A couple breaths here. Inhale, look towards your hands. Exhale, take as many steps as you need to come to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Release the weight of your head. Release any tension in your neck. If your hands don't touch the floor, you can let them dangle, or you can grab opposite shoulder or opposite elbow with opposite hand, Breathe. Release your elbows if you were holding on to them. Walk your feet about the width of your mat, toes point out, heels point in. Sink into the hips, bend the knees, Malasana, yogi squat. Elbows to the insides of your knees or your thighs, palms together at heart center. Your legs are pressing into your elbows are pressing back into your legs. You're lengthening down through the tailbone and upward through the crown of the head, getting really long through the spine. And we'll take a twist here. Bring your left fingertips down to the mat. Keep opening the left hip. So if the left knee starts to drop in, really squeeze the glutes to open up through the hips. Inhale, open the right arm up and out. Look towards the right thumb perhaps. One more breath in. Exhale, other side. Right elbow to the inside of the right leg. Bring the fingertips down. Breathe in to open the left side. Reach the left hand into the air. Look up. One more breath in. Exhale, left elbow to your left inner thigh, hands at heart center again. Now, flex the toes to lift the arches. This will also bring some activity into the muscles around your knees, giving them a little bit of support. Reach your arms forward. Keep squeezing the knees open, the thighs open as you lower your hips down to the floor. Lift your legs parallel to the mat. Hands can come behind the thighs here. Think about squeezing your thighs towards your rib cage and your rib cage towards your thighs. Balancing on your sits bones and your tailbone. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep yourself lifted. Slowly, slowly start to lower all the way down to the back. Welcome. Bend your knees. Soles of the feet to the mat, knees pointing towards the ceiling. Arms can rest down beside you. We'll take some little bridge lifts here. So feel your tailbone tilt down into the mat. Feel how that will lift up through your lower back. Walk your shoulders away from your ears. Press the upper arm bones into your mat. On your next inhale, press into your feet and lift your hips up. Exhale, lower down. Try to keep that arch in your back the entire time. Inhale, lift the hips as high as they can go comfortably. Exhale to lower. On this last one, we'll hold at the top, breathe in. And then exhale, stay here, about 5 breaths or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take another breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down. And let's start to wind everything down. So you might need to inch yourself more so towards the middle of your mat, like I'm doing here. And then you can draw your left knee in, extend your right leg long. Open your left arm out to the left. and guide your right knee across your body to the right for this little twist. Breathe into your heart space. One more breath in. Exhale, release to center. Bend the right knee, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Let the left knee drift away from you. Stay active through the left toes. Draw the right leg in by holding on to your right thigh or maybe the front of your right shin. Another variation of that pigeon pose. Getting a little bit more length through the lower back in this variation though. You have the support of the earth, making it a little bit more grounding. One more breath in. Exhale, let it go. Right foot comes down. Uncross your left ankle from your right thigh. And then we'll just switch sides. So draw your right knee in, extend your left leg long. Take the knee in your left hand and open your right arm out. Guide your right leg over to the left and take the twist. And inhale to come back through center. Keep the right knee drawing in. Bring the left foot to the mat again. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Let your right knee drift away from you. Draw the left leg in, holding on to wherever's accessible to you. Take several breaths in your reclined pigeon. One more breath in. Exhale, let go of whatever you're holding on to. Uncross your right ankle from your left thigh. In our last pose before Shavasana, happy baby, draw both of your knees into your body. Widen your knees towards the width of your shoulders. Think about drawing your thighs towards the sides of your ribs. Start to flex through the toes. Kick the feet towards the ceiling. Think about putting about a 90-degree bend in your knees. And then you could hold on to your shins, your ankles, or maybe somewhere on the feet. And one thing that likes to happen here is the tailbone will curl up. Think about lengthening your tailbone towards the back edge of your mat. Keep your head grounded. And then let your arms be heavy. Draw your shoulders towards the floor. And this will help to create the stretch and draw the thighs to the outsides of the ribs. Keep breathing. Some people like to rock a little bit side to side here. It's your practice. You can do that here if that feels good to you. And over the next couple of breaths, let go of your feet. Let the feet return down to the mat. And then set yourself up for your Shavasana of choice. So that could be right here in constructive rest pose with the feet on the mat. You could extend your legs long. If you have some props nearby, you could use them, maybe a pillow under the head or a bolster under the knees. And we'll take just a few moments here to allow the practice to be received and to let the body return to equilibrium, as well as the nervous system returning to equilibrium. I'll be here when it's time to come out. Remaining just as you are, start to bring your awareness back to your breath. Start to wiggle fingers and toes, wrists and ankles rolling around in their joints. Maybe you nod the head side to side a little bit. And as you're ready, draw one knee into your body at a time. Give yourself another big hug. Roll over onto one side, whichever side feels natural. You can use your bottom arm like a pillow and let the top hand rest in front of you. Just take one more moment here to feel the transition between your Shavasana and the rest of your day. On an inhale, press into your top hand, extend your top leg, gently rise up, and let's meet in a seat back on the mat just like we started. Sit up tall whenever you arrive, soften your gaze again or close your eyes. And notice how you feel. Notice the impact of your practice on you today. And take one more moment to consider the energy of Leo season, this fiery, fierce, bold energy. Putting yourself out there, letting yourself be seen in all of your uniqueness, letting yourself shine bright like the sun. With this intention, bring your palms together in front of your heart space. And we'll close by bowing our heads and saying, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this special Leo season vinyasa flow practice. Let me know how you enjoyed it in the comments below. And if you did enjoy the practice, please do subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. I will see you next week for another yoga practice. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, beautiful rest of your week. Until next time, namaste.